Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, what's up? My name is vianney.strick. Thank you so much for being here. As you guys can see by the title, today I have the whole collection of Wet n Wild with The Nightmare Before Christmas. We're actually going to try out everything in here and see what's worth your money. Obviously, this is very inexpensive makeup in the first place, but if you're a big fan of Nightmare Before Christmas or Halloween, I'm going to let you know what products are worth your money. So I hope that you guys enjoy this video, and if you do, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to join my squad. Let's get into it. Alrighty guys, so let's get into it. Obviously I did receive it in PR because it looks like this, but I'm not sponsored or anything like that. Anytime I get like a big collection like this, when I know that people are fans of the movie or the collab, I always like to do little reviews to let you guys know what's worth your money. Obviously there is a lot in here, but if you wanted to see the little PR package, this is what it looks like. The first thing we're going to be testing out is actually the primer. This is called the Sticky Serum Primer with 5% niacinamide. I feel like the 5% niacinamide, it's trying to copy like the e.l.f. niacinamide grip primer. Oh, there we go. Okay, come on. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I wonder if that's enough. Usually I've applied a little bit more. This is kind of interesting. Oh wow, this is like extra slimy. When it comes to grip primers, I usually like to blend it out like a normal cream, but then I like to kind of tap it in because obviously it is like sticky, and so I like to make sure that it's like fully in the skin. This is a little bit thicker than I thought. It's like stickier and thicker than other grip primers, but now I'm gonna go ahead and tap it out, make sure everything is in there. Not a big fan of this smell at all, actually. I don't know, I don't think there's supposed to be like a scent in here, but it smells a little, I don't know, it kind of smells like a cardboard box. So now that it's dried, it's definitely a little bit more sticky. Okay. Definitely sticky. I'm gonna quickly put on some foundation and I'll be right back and I'll let you guys know how everything works. Okay, so foundation is on and I had absolutely no problems. I thought it was gonna be like sticky when I applied it, but when I was putting on my foundation with fingers at first, it was kind of just like gliding on. So nothing peeled up, nothing like that. So far everything is looking good. So far that primer is actually working out nicely. Okay, so the next product we have is a little bit questionable. It is a double-sided contour. Obviously you do have like a nice little contour. I don't know if it comes in many shades or not, but this is what I got. But the white was scaring me a little bit, so I kind of want to do contour first and then maybe use the white, I don't know, to like highlight areas. I guess it's literally white. I understand like the Halloween-y of it all, but I don't know, I just feel like how many people are actually going to use this. Oh wow, very cool tone. I'm going to use this to contour my nose. So far it is applying nicely, but I do think it's a little bit too light for me. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that is literally gray, which obviously for a contour, that's a good thing, but I don't know how many shades I do have of this because it is definitely adding something, but I just think it's a little bit too light for me, but it is blending nicely. If you have lighter skin tone, you probably will really like this. I feel like that white little shade might actually work really nice for like the nose. I don't know, but I don't know. Usually I like to contour my nose a little bit more than this, and I don't really think it did much. Let's go ahead and try this shade and maybe just put it down the nose and do a little bit of like reverse contour. I'm just gonna blend it out with my finger. Let's just see what this can do for us. Okay, that definitely helped. The product itself is nice, is very creamy, it blends out really easily, but it's definitely just way too light for me. Definitely feeling the ghost vibes, so I'm gonna add a little bit of cream bronzer and some concealer, and then let's try out their liquid blushes. Alrighty guys, moving on to blushes. We do have liquid blushes as well as like a palette with powder blush and highlight, so let's go ahead and try these out first. So this is what they look like. They do come in 3 different shades, and just from swatching, it seems like a little bit of like a thinner formula. They do actually look very pigmented. So I'm definitely leaning towards the pink one, especially because of the palette. I just don't think that the eyeshadow palette will go well with the orange one, but maybe we can add a little bit of the purple one on top. I'm a little bit scared, so let's just go ahead and try this out first and like do a base and see how it goes from there. You know what I mean? I like to test drive before we buy the car. I do have a little doe foot applicator, so I'm gonna start out with 3 dots. I don't know if that was a mistake or not. Now let's go ahead and blend this out and hope that it blends nicely. Oh my gosh, very pigmented. That is looking so good. I love the amount of pigment that this has while also being very thin because it doesn't feel or look like a thick layer on the skin, but it's giving us such a great like pigment payoff. And then maybe we can add the purple one on top. Maybe just 1 dot. 1 dot might be good. I am so excited that it's almost fall and winter. I am ready for it. That is where I Thrive. That looks gorgeous. That looks absolutely beautiful. It has a nice natural, a little bit of a radiant finish, and it blended out nicely. I'm gonna add 1 dot of the purple just to see where this goes. Let's go ahead and blend it out and hope that I didn't make a mistake. Oh my gosh, this is so pigmented. Ah! That was just 1 dot. Oh my gosh, that just took over my whole cheek. Okay, so I think the deeper shades are even more pigmented. So keep that in mind. That looks crazy. Definitely go lighter hand with these. I guess maybe I'll do the same amount here, which I know sounds counterintuitive, but it's a little bit easier to, you know, fix both cheeks if you made the same mistake, I think. I don't know. That is my rationale behind this. If you have deeper skin tone though, I wonder if this would work out really nicely for you. That looks crazy. So let's see. I'm gonna grab a little bit of concealer, you know, make it look nicer. Struggling right now. Let me go ahead and blend this out and hope for the best, and I'll be back and hopefully I look normal. I don't know how we did it. Actually, I do know how I did it. I fixed this mess. I just kind of blended out a little bit of that concealer, and my little hack, I actually set my under eyes and my blush with the pink powder from Kosas, so that way it would kind of like blend a little bit nicer. And now that we set the face, it seems like a little bit more toned down. So far so good. I think we should kind of not do the powder blush yet. I need to let this marinate into my skin and my head a little bit, then we'll put it on. So why don't we start out with some eyeshadow. Okay, so next we have what they call the Nightmare Before Christmas Eye and Face Palette. To be honest, I'm just gonna use it on the eyes. I don't think I'm gonna use it on the face. So let's go ahead and do a quick little look. I'm trying to think. You guys know I would just go for the neutrals, but I feel like I'm gonna get hate if I don't, or if I do. So my next best thing for a non-neutral is green. So why don't we do like a little green look? Why don't we start out with this shade right here? And it is like a matte mauve type of shade. And let's go ahead and put that on the crease. And I feel like, I don't know, purple and green, does that go together? I feel like we could actually make this work, but right now that shade is actually beautiful. So I'm just gonna put this everywhere. I'm just kind of putting it, blowing it out on the crease, and then I'll probably just add a little bit as well on the lower lash line just to tie it all in. Thing is that we actually have a mascara to try. They actually came out with a tubing mascara, which I didn't even know Wet n Wild had tubing mascaras. And so I also am trying to do something that's like not too dark because I do want to see how the lashes look. I'm gonna grab this shade and then maybe mix it a little bit with this just so it's like not too dark, just because there's really not that many like matte neutrals to play with. And then I'm gonna put it on the outer corner just to start adding a little bit of like smokiness to it. Okay, that didn't seem like it did too much. So now I'm gonna go in with a smaller brush and then maybe just go directly with the dark shade and see if that creates a little bit more impact. Okay, so it seems like the darker matte, it's not like overly pigmented, but I will say it's like a nice amount of pigment because I'm adding a little bit of darkness on the outer lash line without freaking out that I'm adding such like a dark color. So it seems like they're a little bit more of like medium pigmented, more buildable shadows, which I'm not mad about. And then same thing, I'm gonna grab the darker shade and I'm just gonna put it in the outer corner of the bottom lash line just to make everything fit. I am actually loving the way this is coming out, and I don't know, I feel like green might not be the best shimmer option. It's like a shimmer that is maybe like a little bit less glittery, but then you have shades like these that have a little bit more reflection, and then they do have a glitter. I personally don't love to use these like chunky little glitters. They're just not my vibe, but maybe for like a Halloween costume. I'm trying to think of what shade to use. We're kind of gonna go a little bit fairy vibes. I don't want too much of this, but I'm gonna grab this matte pinky purpley shade and I'm just gonna put that on the eyelid just to create a little bit of a darker base for that purple for it to pop more. So now we're going like full on purple pink. I'm just gonna grab my finger and plop this on. They seem really pretty. They're not like super dramatic. Like they seem like just, you know, classic shimmers. They're not super glittery or anything like that. They apply nicely. Just know that these shades are not like going to be super metallic or shimmery. Now I'm going to grab a little bit of this darker one and I'm just going to blend everything together, and I kind of want to keep it at this. I think that that's like a really pretty easy look a little bit more wearable, if you know what I mean. Okay, so that worked out nicely. I feel like the mattes are definitely more buildable, so don't be afraid of these shades. I feel like they're actually very easy to work with. And then the shimmers, if you do like just like a classic shimmer, I think you're gonna like it, and you do have the option of having this like yellow glitter if you want to add more to it. So I do think it's really pretty. Again, just remember that the shimmers are not gonna be like metallic, but they definitely all worked out nicely and blended nicely together. Now, here's where the problem happens. We do have some eyeliners that I don't want to use. One of them is like white, and then the other one is green, like a baby green. So yeah, I don't know. Let me swatch them real quick. Why don't we use the white one as like a glitter topper for the eyeshadow? That's a great idea. So I'm just gonna apply a little bit on my lid, and then we're just gonna blend everything out with my finger. I'm just gonna tap it out and see if we can get a little bit of shimmer. It's not really working out in my favor because it's kind of just picking up the eyeshadow underneath. But I will say for eyeliners, these are very watery, so just keep that in mind. So I'm just gonna like go back to the shimmer and put it right on top. Yeah, when I was swatching these too, I noticed how watery they are. So I know I didn't really use it as eyeliner, but they just don't seem to have like the best formula for an eyeliner. So maybe I would just like skip those. Really quickly before we move over to mascara, I'm just gonna grab the black in the palette, and I'm just gonna add a little bit of something here just to make the eyelashes look a little bit more prominent. Okay, so next we have the tubing mascara. Now, I'm very surprised because I don't think Wet n Wild has tubing mascaras, and to be honest, I love a tubing mascara, and I know this one seems like it might not do much, but I feel like it's gonna do a lot. I don't know why. I have hope. I did already curl my lashes, so let's go ahead and do one coat on each eye and see where that takes us, and then of course we'll go ahead and do two like always. First coat, it looks really good. I'm actually very surprised. I don't know, sometimes Wet n Wild mascaras are just not the vibe sometimes, but I will say this tubing mascara so far is looking really good. It is looking a little bit spidery, but that first coat looked really good, so that looks really nice. I mean, is it the most dramatic mascara? No. The only thing I will say is I feel like it's not really holding the curl as much as I would like it to. Like, I feel like my lashes are a little bit weighed down, but it definitely gave me like a nice look. I don't think it's bad. I give it like a 7 out of 10. So we do have a little face palette. This is the blush lighter palette. So it's gonna have 2 blushes and 1 very questionable, very yellow highlighter. Okay, so this is what it looks like. If you do see those shadows, it's because I already swatched it. From swatching it, these blushes look extremely beautiful. And then the highlighter, it looks very pigmented and nice. It's just not like my go-to for a shade, but I will say the blushes look very pretty. I kind of want to put them both on my skin. Why don't we do what we did with the liquid ones and put like the pink one first and then maybe the lavender on top? They seem very pigmented, so I'm gonna grab this pinky shade first. Oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. That is stunning. Very pigmented, but also very lightweight. Seems like the formula is just like a very thin type of formula. Kind of like the liquid blushes. It's just like a pigmented but thin, which is really nice. That's kind of like my favorite type of formula. This shade looks absolutely gorgeous. I know we already have a lot of blush, but let's go ahead and try out the lavender right on top and see if it even makes a difference. Okay, I don't know if it did much. Oh, well, kind of. Yeah, it definitely made the pink blush darker. Interesting. Okay, so I'm doing it again. I'm over blushing again. I'm just over blushed, but never under blushed. And then the highlighter, I don't know if I want to use a highlighter. Maybe we can use it on the tip of our nose just to look at it, but to be honest, it doesn't really go with anything. This yellow highlighter is really not my cup of tea as the shade. I definitely do like this palette. Even though this shade is just like, I would never use it, I would buy it just for these 2 shades because they're pretty big pans and they have a lot of product and it looks really pretty. So I would definitely, I would buy this one. It's really pretty. How many times can I say really pretty? Before we finish out the look with some lips, we do have this. I thought this was gonna be a primer, but it's actually a body glitter illuminator. So maybe I can just put it on the back of my hand and show you guys what it looks like. I am not exposing my collarbone today for some reason. I know it's kind of hard to see in the camera, but it looks kind of like an opal shade. Like it looks like a little bit yellow to purple. I really don't think the camera does it justice because this is such a beautiful glow. Once you like really blend it out, you almost just get a little bit of like purple sheen. It smells really good. It kind of smells like maybe like fall, kind of like pumpkin pie a little bit, like a warm pumpkin pie. Once you do blend it out though, all you're left with like a little bit of like purple and gold shimmer. Personally, not my favorite. I feel like it doesn't really add glow to the skin. It just adds glitter, and so for me, I'm out. If you are looking for something that literally just adds not glow but just a lot of glitter, this might be really pretty for like a party or concert, something like that. So let's go ahead and finish off with the lip product. So they did come out with, are these glosses or lip oils? Let's see. Oh, they're color changing lip oils. Okay, so this is what they look like. We do have a green shimmer and a purple shimmer. Let's go ahead and try the green one first. Maybe it'll change to this pink color. It does have a really nice doe foot applicator. You know what? Why don't we put the green one at the bottom and the purple one at the top and see if they do change to any different colors. As you guys can see, it already changed my lip to a nice pinky shade. And I actually really like this shade because it's like a pretty pink, not a like bright hot pink like most of these like color changing lip oils do. And now let's go ahead and try out the purple one. I really am thinking that it's gonna be the exact same shade. I'm not gonna like rub my lips together. In person you don't really see that much of a difference, but I feel like on camera you can definitely tell that the purple one is lighter than the green one. So maybe that is the difference. We have baby pink and like a medium pink. Okay, the formula itself, now that we can like mix our lips, it's really nice. It's one of those like lip oils that are a little bit of a thicker lip oil. It's not oily. It's a little bit more like gel-like. And it feels really, really nice. My lips are turning hot pink now. So maybe the longer you wear it, the hotter the pink gets. So I'm going to take it off real quick and add a little bit of lip liner just to, you know, define my lips a little bit. I'm starting to see though that maybe it stains the lips as well. Yeah, it definitely stains the lips a little bit, which I don't mind. Putting on Makeup Forever Endless Cacao, even though it looks very gray, because I feel like this with the lip oil might look good with this eye look. And then I'm gonna go in with the purple one because I don't want my lips to be that hot pink. I don't even know if I was right about this being lighter, but it kind of seemed like it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this one on top. These clips gave me so much volume. Okay, so makeup is done, and I will say the eyelashes are going down. So this mascara, even though it applied nicely, I feel like it's really not holding my curl. So now that we've tried everything on, let me give you guys like my standout products. I will say I didn't love how sticky this primer was, but once applied to the skin, it applied nicely. Everything looks nice. So if you do like it's like a sticky, grippy primer and you want to get like the Halloween collection, then I do think that this worked out nicely. I actually am a really big fan of the blush. Keep in mind that the purple one is just a lot more pigmented, which is great. So if you have deeper skin tone, this might work really nicely for you. I just appreciate the thin pigmented formula that is blendable. Speaking of blush, I also do think that this is definitely worth it. I think that this is a really beautiful blush combo, and if you do like a very yellow highlighter, then you might actually love this. The eyeshadow palette is nice as well. If you like this color story, then go for it. Like I mentioned, it's a little bit not, you know, it's not like it's not pigmented, but these shades are definitely just more buildable. And again, you're not going to get like super metallic shimmers, but they are really pretty and they work nicely. So I do think that this is like worth the money if you like this color story. You know what I mean? This contour stick, to be honest, I'm kind of like 50-50 about it because the shade is just not the best, but if you do have very light skin tone, this might actually work really nicely for you, and it is pigmented and creamy and blends out nicely. Just didn't work out for me personally. Other than that, I do like this lip oil. I think it's beautiful. Just keep in mind it is going to turn a pinky shade and then maybe actually stain your lips a little bit. So really, I kind of liked everything except the shimmer body oil as well as the mascara and the lip and the eyeliners. I thought those were kind of watery. So hopefully this video helps you out. I will link all the products down below, and then if I do find like all the collection all together where you could actually save some money, I will also link that down below. But yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.